In the US, about 750,000 men under the age of 20 become teen parents. 8 out of 10 teen dads don't marry the mother of their child. Teen dads are less likely to finish high school than their peers. Children who don't live with their fathers are 5 times more likely to be poverty-stricken than children with both parents at home. Young fathers are more likely to have economic and employment challenges and are more often economically disadvantaged than adult fathers. Tell me about it. And despite the stereotypes, there is an increase in evidence that teen fathers want to be and are involved with their children, though this involvement may not always include financial support. And last one, around 82% of teen pregnancies are unplanned. Right. So guys, this is just some of the stats that I just read to you about teen dads. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Ellis and I was a teen dad. 17 years old, I got the news that my girlfriend was pregnant at the time. And it was something else to be honest with you. The day that my girlfriend at the time was leaving to go to boot camp for the military, all young ladies who are about to leave to go to boot camp, as procedure, have to take a pregnancy test, right? And so her parents are sitting in there, and she goes off into the back to run through this quick procedure. We're about to get on the plane and head out, and come back and say, "Hey, sorry, we can't let you go. You can't go." She's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Well, you're pregnant." And she's like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah." And it's like, your parents are sitting outside, and I can only imagine, the type of feelings going on. And she now has to walk out and, tell her parents. And so later that afternoon, I received a phone call, and I'm like, why is she calling me right now? And, I answer the phone, what's going on? And all I can hear is, crying, loud, screaming. All I could hear was, "You ruined my life." And I'm like, damn. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, why are you not going? I thought you was, on a plane headed out. She said, I can't leave. I can't leave. I'm like, why can't you leave? She said, because I'm pregnant. I said, what? She said, I'm pregnant, Ellis. It's like, oh. I'm a senior in high school. It's January 2003. I get that phone call. I'm like, man, what am I about to do now? And so afterwards, after the phone call, I look at Mama Jennifer, and she said, "What? What's wrong? What is it?" All I could say was, "She pregnant." She looked, "What?" I said, "Yeah." And she go off on me real quick. And I said, I know. And so leave from there, where I was at. I was at a little after school program. I was working at this after school program for kids in elementary school. And I head over to her house. And that wasn't fun, obviously. And so Dad comes in saying what he's saying, need to do something, take care of this, XYZ. And after that, he walks out, and I'm in there, I'm talking to her for a moment, and she said, "What do you want to do? What do you think?" I said, to be honest with you, man, we can't. And guys, before you judge me, think about this. I'm 17 years old. And I'm not sitting here 38 today. I'm 17 years old. And she said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Man, we can't have this baby. We too young. We got other things that we need to be doing. You supposed to be going here. I'm supposed to be going to school. Like, we can't have a baby. We can't afford to have a baby. And she looked and she's like, what do you mean? And I said, look, I can't tell you what to do with your body. It's your body, you know, and I can't force you to do anything, but I don't think we should have this kid right now. And I said, but whatever decision that you make, I 100% stand by it. And, well, baby was born 9 months later, right? And so she decided to keep our baby. She decided to keep Monique. So guys, man, let's unpack teenage love, man. Let's unpack high school love, right? And, you know, my child's mother, incredible woman, right? She's done an incredible job raising our child. And we had an incredible friendship. I've known my child's mother since I was 11 years old. That's how long I've known her. And, you know, when we got together in high school, it was a friendship. We were really close as friends, and it just grew into something else. And eventually, you know, we had a child. But it was high school. And because she was going military, she had already made a decision on what she was doing. And I already made a decision that I was going to school. And it was kind of like, our conversation literally was kind of like, hey, if we link up later on in life afterwards and it works out, cool. So it was kind of that, like, we had a great time in high school. We've known each other a long time, but now we're about to go see different things in life, right? And that all came to a screeching halt because now we have a kid on the way. And so at first it was like, well, I guess I'm not going to school because I got to now make money to take care of this kid. And, you know, first thing, you know, my loved ones asked me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I said, well, you know, obviously I can finish high school because, well, you know, pregnant, the baby, you know, is not expected to come till September of 2003. So my graduation was in May. So at least I knew for sure I was graduating high school. And so I graduated high school. As now it's like, what are you going to do afterwards? And I didn't apply to any college when I kind of got the news. I was kind of like defeated. I felt defeated. I'm like, I'm not about to go to school. And I'm so thankful for, you know, Mama Jennifer, because she was like, she pulled me to the side one day. She said, you applied to any school? I said, no, I'm not going to school. I'm just going to, you know, figure out, get a job or something. She said, no, you're not. You going to Southern. So she went and got the documents. No, as a matter of fact, she said, go to your counselor, get the application. We're going to fill it out and you going to Southern. I said, literally, that's how it was. I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to Southern, right? I didn't even think I was going to get accepted, to be honest with you. And so I wound up, I got accepted. I got a scholarship as well. I got an academic scholarship, and I got my approval. And so, you know, it was like, okay, you got to work, you got to save money. I already had a job at this time, working part-time during the school year. So I just kept with that job and I was working and I was saving my money to go to school. And obviously, you know, my relationship with my child's mom was extremely rocky at this point. I don't understand what it means for a woman to go through a pregnancy and their different imbalances, just natural things that a 17-year-old doesn't know, you know. I have no real support from, you know, some of my parents. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of out there. I'm living there with my dad at the time. My dad worked offshore, and my relationship with my mother is strained. Right? I don't have one with her, and so I'm kind of left figuring this thing out. You know, fortunately, I had people like Mama Jennifer and Jessica in my corner, and they helped me through it. I saved some money. I had a good friend at the time, saved money with, and we went to school together. And we went on that journey to Southern together. And it was tough because it was like, man, I'm getting to go to college in a sense, and she's not able to continue with what she wanted to do. And I felt guilt, you know, obviously. But everybody was like, yo, you got the opportunity to go to school. Even her parents was like, yo, you got a scholarship, you got accepted, go. You know, and it wasn't like, they were all like, look, you got to go to school and make money though. You can't go to school to find yourself. You can't go for arts or literature or history or psychology. You got to go get a degree in something that you can go make money in. And so I said, okay, I'll go for engineering. I read an article on Yahoo that engineers were in high demand. They were aging out. So I said, I guess I'll go do that. I can do the math. I'll go do that. And so, you know, that's a pivotal point, right? Of me making a decision to save my money up and go to college. Man, I think that was a wild summer, as a matter of fact. But anyway, I knew some other people as well. Similar situation, got pregnant. One of my cousins actually got his girlfriend pregnant too at the time, and there's just a lot of different things going on. Many people chose different routes. You know, I saw some friends that wind up getting their girlfriend pregnant at the time, and just working the job, you know, and trying to make the best out of the situation that they could. Knew a couple of my partners wind up doing the hustler, you know, and that didn't work out, unfortunately for some. And you know, a lot of my other partners who just wind up working the job just kind of got stuck in that routine, you know, and it was a tough decision. It was rough. Going to college wasn't easy, by the way, because I had no support, right? And keep it in mind too as well, and by me saying not having support, you know, financial support, because, well, where I'm from, not a lot of people got money to give me extra to help out. You got to remember, 1 in 3 colored individuals in my city was in jail. And for me to make it where I was going to, nobody had ever done it. And so I'm in uncharted territory. So yeah, that journey is going to be lonely. That journey is going to be hard. That journey is going to be, it's just you. You know, unfortunately, I had some good friends along the way, you know, to help me. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had some naysayers. They had some people saying, yeah, it's over for him, right? He thought he was smart. He thought it was this. Nah, it's over for him. He about to have this baby, you know, and he ain't gonna be able to make it. But I did have some people that I did have that said, no, you can make it. That held me accountable. That said, no, you gotta go do it. Not just family, right? Because we know we got our aunties and stuff that'll tell us that, and we ain't really always listening to them. But our partners, who's the same age as us, right? They're like, no, you can do it. No, don't stop. No, we got you. No, what you need. You know what I'm saying? Without them, I don't know if I really would have made it. You know, also too, guys, it's important to have a group, a community of individuals that got your back. And when I say got your back, I mean really got your back. Like, give you their last dollar, got your back. Let you use their car type of back. Shoot, even lie for you, got your back. Fellas, you know what I'm talking about. And so if it wasn't for Adrian, Chad, Durgy, and Sean, man, I don't know where I'd be. I wouldn't have made it through school without those 4 individuals. They held me down from taking me places, using their car, you know, helping me get home to go see my kid. I mean, so many stories, man. So many stories I could think of. Let me sleep on that sofa. So many different things, man, to get me through those 5 years of college so that I could see that finish line and get that degree. Man, and I'm so grateful, you know, that I was able to have those relationships. And there was some others too along the way that helped out as well. And there's also some that wind up not helping me out in the end. But it's all good because it's all a part of the journey, the struggle, and the story. Because I know people that didn't even have a collective of anybody to help them out. Nobody to even give them an encouraging piece of advice, an encouraging word to help them move on and continue. And so I'm forever grateful and blessed. So the Bible tells us one who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And that's Proverbs 18:24. So I had a path laid before me. I can go the route that was wide and more people was taking it, which was, destructive, right? And then there was the path that my boys was holding me accountable to, my brothers that said, no, you gotta take care of this kid. You gotta walk this tight and narrow path so that you can be somebody. Those gentlemen are not just friends, they're brothers. They watched Monique for me. They would, take care of her. They would feed her. They would do all different types of things for her to help raise Monique in the early years, right? When we were trying to figure things out young. And I'm forever grateful because those 4 men helped me be the man that I am today, to keep me on that path to not mess up. Now, what I read to you earlier was a lot of stats that I could have become a statistic, just like all the stuff that I read. But those gentlemen helped me not to become a statistic of so many other individuals that I saw did become a statistic. But ultimately, I had to make a decision of what path I wanted to choose. Because there were 2 paths laid in front of me. And you know what? There's 2 paths laid in front of you as well. And you can pick the path that's right, and you can pick the path that's wrong. But I implore you and suggest heavily to pick that right path. And those right people that's in your life, they're gonna help you to go down that right path, even when you don't feel like it. But if you pick that right path, your life will be tremendous. It will blow your mind of where you can get to, what you can accomplish. Because still to this day, my mind is still blown every day of the life that I'm living now by making the decision 20 years ago not to go down the wrong path. So if I can do it, you can do it. And if you need help, there's plenty of people willing to help. And if I can help, I'll help you too as well. So remember, I read off stereotypes in the beginning, right? Talking about teen dads are less likely to finish school. Your kids are less likely to be well off because of all the cards stacked against you. But remember, you don't have to be a stereotype. One of the things that drove me every day was that I did not want to become another stereotype. Did not want to be labeled a statistic. I did not want people to look at me and say, oh, it's because of his circumstance, he wind up not being anything. Oh, it's because of the decisions that he made as a foolish young kid that it ruined his life. See that all the time. Nah, it ain't gonna be me. That's not how I wanted my life to turn out. So remember, at the end of the day, guys, don't let what other people say determine what your life is going to look like, what your outcome is going to be. Only you can determine that. You don't have to become a statistic. And just to give you a little bit more insight, my child today, she's in college, the junior, LSU. And it's amazing to see because 20 years ago, I couldn't even imagine it. 20 years ago. But it's happening today. And I'm so excited and so thankful for it. And you can make that decision to go down the right path as well. And you'll look up 20 years later and you'll be so glad that you made the right decision.